What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. Today, it is time that we look at the 2024 Republican presidential primary, and in particular, the candidates. We are going to be ranking all the major declared and potential candidates that may enter the election in the coming months. So, of course, we're including, people like Doug Burgum, Trump, Pence, etc. But there are a couple candidates that there is a possibility they may enter. Think Youngkin, think Brian Kemp, think Greg Abbott. And let me be clear, that doesn't mean they're going to run. It just means there is a possibility that they do get into the election. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. Guys, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. It is a great Twitter account everyone should follow. Of course, follow the Rumble page down below for exclusive content, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you can join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Also, at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be going live, doing a live reaction to the Trump interview on Fox. Of course, we will be going live at 5:55. Top right corner, you will see a link to the stream. Click it, and you get sent to the streaming page. Of course, share with your friends, hit the like button, and of course, click the notification button so the second the stream starts, you get notified. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. So we're doing a tier list of the candidates that are major, and they declared, or their potential, and they are major candidates if they do enter. And again, this could absolutely change. A couple of these people may drop out. A couple of them may not even run. This is just what's on the wiki page as of now. And of course, we will be ranking my personal opinion based on how good on policy they are. Could they actually win an election? All that stuff, right? And I'm not one of those elected bros that think, oh, I want Charlie Baker because he can win Massachusetts. It's like, no. That's part of it. Like, is it a realistic possibility this candidate could not only win the primary, but also win the general? So that's taken into account, but also the major thing, of course, is related to policy. How good on the issues is this candidate? So let us get started with a very unique one, Doug Burgum. Now, the thing with Burgum is he's all right. On the issues, there's some questionable parts about him here and there about, he doesn't really talk about social issues that much. I mean, when he does, it's kind of eh. Now, again, he is good enough on some issues like energy, like the economy. I think he should be the Secretary of Energy, in my opinion. I think he would be great at it. That's what I think he's running for. They try to get a cabinet position. But I gotta put this guy in C tier. There's nothing really special about him. He's not great. He's not the worst in the world. He's just all right. I think C tier is fair enough for Doug Burgum. In my opinion, that is a very fair rating. He could win an election. Maybe. He's all right on issues. Nothing perfect. It's all right. It's just a C tier candidate. Now we get to one of the first terrible ones, Asa Hutchinson. We're going to put you in F tier because there's one candidate in particular that is far worse than Asa Hutchinson. I mean, you're the governor of Arkansas and you're refusing to sign these, gender-affirming ban crap. You're not banning the crap. It's like, I'm only going to sign it because a state legislator made me do it. It's like, dude, you're in Arkansas. And it's very cringe what this guy is running on. I have no clue why he is running, but F tier he goes. But like I said, he isn't the worst Republican running. Because at least with Hutchinson, you can make the argument, maybe in some universe he could theoretically win an election if everybody else dies, maybe. But there's one candidate in particular that needs to go away. Chris Christie. I have no clue why he is running. At least with Hutchinson, you can make the argument, he was kind of popular in a southern state. He is he can unite the anti-Trump part of the faction and, all that stuff. Chris Christie's hated by everyone. He had a 9% approval rating in New Jersey. Yeah, 9%. I mean, his favorability within the national GOP is like, what, 12%? It's like, why are you running? First of all, he has no chance of winning the primary. And if he somehow made the general, he would win like 100 electoral votes. And that may be pushing it. He isn't good on any issue except maybe education. Whoop-de-doo. It's like, why are you running? Why? Like, are you here just to attack Trump? That's just causing more division in the party than anything. And either way, Christie, just go away. Why are you here? So, yeah, Chris Christie's by far the worst candidate in the 2024 cycle. Now, my man, Teflon Don, Donald Trump, he gotta go in S tier. Of all the candidates, he is probably the best on the issues overall. There's some issues that Trump isn't the best on, but when you look at every single issue, I trust Trump the most. And he can absolutely win. Currently, he's winning the popular vote in the polling. And again, I know polling's not everything and all that stuff, but Trump right now is doing better in the popular vote than DeSantis. He can absolutely win an election. These people are saying he can't? Based on what? Well, even your own polling, which again, I'm not saying polling is everything. Even that, which is always undervalued Trump. Trump particularly. Yes, it overfavored Republicans in 2022, but Trump in 2016 and 2020 was the biggest overperformer of any poll for the Republican side. I mean, it's just a fact. And now he's winning the popular vote. I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying this idea that he cannot win an election. That's ludicrous. He can absolutely win. And on the issues, he's the best. Best on trade, best on Medicare and Social Security. And if he runs on the correct issues, he can absolutely win. Now we got Larry Elder, D tier. We probably were never winning the California recall, but he single-handedly costed us the 5% chance we had at it. He did. It was a complete and total grift. I mean, let's be real. He only did it because he was going to run for president. That's why he decided, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna run for the governorship in California for the recall. It's like, what are you doing? What are you freaking doing? And so far, I've not seen a single event by this guy. It's a complete and total grift. It's D tier. No reason he's running. At least he's not as cringe as Asa Hutchinson. But is that really saying anything? Congratulations. You did nothing. D tier. Now we get Mayor Cerez of Miami. He's better than Asa Hutchinson, but that's not saying much. It really isn't. The guy is cringe on a lot of issues, and at least he has an excuse that, he is a mayor of a blue city, though it's becoming more red by the second in Miami. That's his only excuse, and that's the only reason that I have Asa Hutchinson worse than Cerez. That's the only reason that we're even going to say, Cerez is slightly better than Hutchinson. Congratulations. But yeah, no reason why he's running either. It's like, why? Are you trying? I just don't get some of these candidates. And people are saying, oh, they're doing that to split the vote against Trump. It's like, I don't think there's many voters that would vote for Trump that would suddenly say, you know what, Francis Cerez is the best candidate. There probably really isn't much of that. So I think Cerez is probably F tier. Now, Mike Pence. This one, I'm going to get a lot of crap for, but I think it's B tier. Social issues, he's perfect. In my opinion, he is perfect on social issues. With that being said, he sucks on economics, horrendous on foreign policy, and there are some questions. Can he win in general? I think he could. You know, I'm not like one of those people that say he cannot win. I may have said, you know, it's not likely, but Mike Pence, at least, he has some kind of base he appeals to. Those evangelical types and the suburban voters. That he does have an appeal, all right? Why do you think Trump picked him on the ticket? Now, this doesn't mean, you know, he's going to win over Trump voters. I'm just saying that Pence would at least, you can make an argument that he's good on policy, especially social issues. And if he wasn't horrendous on foreign policy and some economic issues, I may, you know, if it wasn't for Trump, I may consider voting for the guy. I mean, that's just a fact. He is by far, of every Republican, the best on cultural and social issues. He just is. And if it wasn't for that, though, he'll be an F tier. But he is so good on social issues, I can't put him any lower than B. I'm just being honest with y'all. But my opinion, Mike Pence is better than people say, but I'm not the biggest fan of him still. Now, Nikki Haley, D tier. I mean, better than Elder, but no. Just no. What are you running on? At least Burgum, you know, he's running on energy. He's running on something different. While Nikki Haley's running on what? I don't freaking know. And, you know, Haley is not good on the issues at all. And she was not a good governor. I don't really think she could win an election. I really don't think so. And yeah, everything points to it being D tier. Now, Perry Johnson. This one is... Here's my problem with Johnson. I don't know if he's trying to set up a Senate run, or is he trying to sell a book? Or is he trying to run for president? This is my thing about Johnson. I don't know if he's being legitimate or not about this run. I have my questions about it, but if he is, I think B tier. You know, he's solid on issues, and he does bring something different to the table, all right? I don't know if he's better than Pence, though, but you know what? Put him high C tier, all right? Let's just, something like this. I don't know. Put him B tier, whatever. But in my opinion, Perry Johnson's actually good on issues. He has a unique plan with the 2-cent plan. In my opinion, that's the best of all the candidates, the best unique plan that any candidate brings to the table. Because it makes sense. Just cut 2 cents for every dollar we spend. I mean, that's something different. It's not, we're going to gut Social Security and all this other stuff. And I think Perry Johnson, just, I don't know where to put him. Yeah, this is a tough one. It's either B or C tier. You know what? We're going to do this. We'll put Pence in high C tier, borderline B. There's a couple candidates I like better, so you know what? Let's do like this. Because there's a couple other people that are coming up that I like a bit more. Let's put Pence above Johnson, and Perry Johnson still high C tier. Very close to B, but I do have some legitimate questions about, is Perry Johnson really running for, you know, the presidency, or is he just trying to sell a book? We just got to see, but if he's legitimate, I actually do like Johnson. Just, I don't know. Don't know about that. Now we get DeSantis, A tier. Despite some of the cringe his campaign's pushing, he still is a good governor. I disagree with him on Social Security, Medicare, and trade, and some other economic stuff. But outside of that, he's been an effective governor, and I know he's had a very Republican legislator. Either way, he's done a solid job as governor, and he did help. You like it or not, he did contribute to the trends in Florida. Not all of it, but part of it. He did help turn Florida into a Republican state. And I think he's still our best, outside of Zeldin, he's probably our best option for vice president. And I think A tier is pretty good for him. Now, Tim Scott we're putting in C tier. And I actually think he's better than Burgum. You know, unlike some people, I do like Scott. on some issues, especially when it comes to religion. And unlike other people, you can like him. He's a likable guy that sucks on some issues, like foreign policy. But he's decent on some other things, and I think C tier is respectable enough for Tim Scott. You know, nothing against him. I just don't think he's good enough on certain issues. Outside of that, at least I can like him, unlike some of these other people. But I think C tier is good for Tim Scott. Now, Vivek Ramaswamy. Oh, this guy is sinking like a rock. More and more stuff is coming out about him, and I would have put him in B tier last month. He was that good, but probably in low C tier. It's just, he's sinking like crazy. He's doing really stupid stuff. It's like, dude, what are you doing? He was good with the affirmative action stuff. Then ever since then, it's been a complete and total disaster. So I think Ramaswamy, it was a lot of potential. Now it's like, I don't know what to say about him. Like, why are you still running for president? And a lot of your core things, you just suddenly abandoned, like the affirmative action. That was like Perry Johnson's 2-cent plan. Unlike Johnson, though, Ramaswamy, he stopped talking about it. From everything I've seen, I don't see him talking about it much anymore. So I'm going to put him in C tier. Very disappointing, but that's just my opinion. Now we have the three potential candidates. Now, I did hear that Glenn Youngkin, he may endorse DeSantis. With that being said, we're just going to say these candidates are potentially going to run. Youngkin, I put in B tier. I think he could be the future of the GOP. If it isn't Vance or Hawley or something like that, he could be somebody that people look in the future. I think he's good on issues. He's helping turn the tide in the state of Virginia. Now, he said some cringe stuff about, you know, the bathrooms, the transgender bathroom stuff. But outside of that, I think B tier works for Youngkin. It is a Democrat-ish state like Virginia. So he gets props for being decent. Brian Kemp. This is a tough one. Sometimes his rhetoric's like A tier, but a lot of times he's in D tier. So, again, I'm fine with Kemp unlike some of these other people. Now, is he going to run for president? I don't know. I'm going to put him in C tier. I want to put him in C tier, you know, below Perry Johnson, but above everybody else. I like him. I kind of like him as governor of Georgia. He seems to have finally gotten rid of the cringe of his administration, the lieutenant governor who said, oh, I can't vote for Herschel Walker. It's like, dude, what are you doing? So Kemp, I think, was dragged down by clowns around him in his first couple of years. And I do think he could win an election. Just, I don't know how much I trust Kemp. We just got to see what happens, but I would pick him as a C tier type of candidate. Now, Greg Abbott, I think C tier, better than Pence, something like that, you know. I think it ends up something like this. So this is the current, 2024 field with a couple potential candidates. Youngkin, I think, solid. DeSantis is great. Trump, of course, is, in my opinion, our best option for 2024. And again, some of these ratings for C tier, you can intertwine them. I'm fine with Pence because he's good on certain issues, but has cringe rhetoric at time. Tim Scott, I do kind of like. He's likable, unlike some of these other people. Ramaswamy is sinking, and people cannot deny that. It's been kind of a disaster. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.